In this video, we'll include a search feature in our grid. I'll make this section a bit more advanced, since by now you should have a really good grasp on how things work. In reality, when you're working with Polymer, you want to break things down into small, reusable, testable, and independent components. So, I want to add a search component to my list. This will basically be a search button that, once clicked, it will take all of its parent's elements space. Then, we can enter some text and click on the Enter button to search or click on the X button to close the search box. I'll create a new component named PDSearch that will have this functionality. As always, the pdsearch.html will have the element boilerplate code to instantiate my element. I'll include the other elements needed and move on to my DOM module section. I'll include some custom styles. You can copy and paste the styles from the demo files of this module. In the template tag of our element, for now we'll just add a search button. Let me include the PDSearch in my list page and add the element in the list options. After refreshing the page, you can see the search button there. Of course, if we click on it, nothing happens. I'll wrap the button with a div and bind the class attribute of that div with the overlay classes property. I'll also add the search form in my wrapper. In my properties section, I'll include the search enabled boolean property and the overlay classes property. The overlay classes property will be computed triggering the compute class method dependent on the search element property. Every time now the search enabled property changes, the computed classes method will be triggered and set the overlay classes value to search overlay if the search enabled is true. Else, it will set it to search hidden. In our CSS, when the search hidden class is visible, the search form is hidden, and when the search overlay class is visible, the search button is set to the left of our box. When the search button is clicked, we'll add a method named search to handle this event. In this event, we'll set the search enabled to true, focus the input in our input element, and set the value to empty. Last, when the close method is triggered, we'll set the search enabled to false. I'll refresh the staff page to see the search box in action. Once we click on the search button, you can see the search box appearing. And once we click on the X button, you can see that the search box disappears.